Beast is catching on, partly because of the reaction of women to Vincent, the Beast, and that is because of the extraordinary acting skill of Ron Perlman, who plays Vincent. Now, let me warn you, we are going to unmask the Beast now. Some of you have told me you don't want to see the face behind the fantasy. That includes our own Pat Harper. So, Pat, and the rest of you, turn your chairs around now, because here's Ron Perlman.
Let's hear for the boy. Let's give the boy a hand. Yeah.
Hollywood hunk number 2, Ron Perlman, Beauty and the Beast, 6'2", brown hair, blue eyes. Wow.
I've never regretted what I am. Until now.
Now that, folks, is Vincent. But beneath that awesome and somewhat beastly exterior is a gentle, sensitive man. And it is Ron Perlman's job to find Vincent's humanity every week. He says it's no problem.
He's incredibly heroic. He has innate justice. He's poetic. He's sensitive.
And one of the most sensitive aspects of Beauty is the relationship that develops between Vincent and Catherine.
I'll never forget you. But I must forget the dream of being part of you.
Probably the very first woman who's ever touched him in his entire life. And so he opens like a flower before the eyes of America and gives her as a gift for her acceptance of him, himself, in his entirety.
What have you learned from Vincent?
For years and years as a struggling actor, that's all you think about is, how am I going to get by? What am I going to do? Who do I have to impress? And for me, Vincent is a study in forgetting about myself and worrying about the world that I live in a little bit more.
As for Perlman, he once described his own self as being just your basic fat kid. Were you a real fat kid?
I was heavily overweight, you could say. And, there comes a time in a young man's life where one is judged on a very one-dimensional level, Is he good-looking or isn't he, And I think playing Vincent is also a distillation of coming to terms with that time. Because for me, it was a question of taking stock and realizing that I would have to succeed on other levels than my physicality. And if I wanted to take a special place in the world. And that's exactly who Vincent is.
Now, Ron Perlman has been an actor for years. And if you think he doesn't look the slightest bit familiar, you're right. The 2 big movies he was in also kept him somewhat hidden from the public. In Quest for Fire, he played a prehistoric caveman. And in The Name of the Rose, Perlman was a 14th century monk accused of a series of murders. Do you ever want to play a real person or a guy who wears a Hawaiian shirt?
No, never in my life do I want to play a guy who wears a Hawaiian shirt.
And I tell you, judging by the response, Perlman won't have to be dusting off that Hawaiian shirt anytime soon, folks, because Beauty and the Beast seems to be turning into the surprise sleeper of the season.
I'm part of you, Catherine. Just as you're part of me. Wherever you go, wherever I am, I'm with you.
Tell you, Ron Perlman is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. And with his classical background, lots of New York stage work, no wonder Vincent is such a sensitive character.